In a distant past, Lucifer and his angels rebelled against God, and they were cast down upon the earth. Later, at the time of creation, the Bible tells us that the earth was covered with water. When God tried to separate the land from the water, a creature named Rahab stood up against him. God had to slay that beast into pieces. Mentioning this incident, Prophet Isaiah says the following to God: "Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord. Awake as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Art thou not it that hath cut Rahab and wounded the dragon?" Seems like there had been more such creatures in the deep, and they did show up again after the flood of Noah. The famous historian Berosus talks about a beast that came out of the sea named Oannes. This monster had a body of a fish, but under his fish head he also had another head. He had feet like humans, and he spoke like normal people, and more of them emerged later. Judging from the high level of intelligence these creatures possessed, it seems like these were the fellow rebels of Lucifer, which once existed in heaven. These monsters taught them writing and various kind of arts, description of cities, structures of temples, knowledge of justice, laws regarding city boundaries, mass cultivation of food grains, fruits and vegetables, and all things pertaining to the functioning of a society. There was another such creature named Dagon, worshipped by Israel's ancient archenemies, the Philistines and the Assyrians. His was the idol that fell on its face and broke in the presence of Yahweh's Ark of the Covenant. Another waterborne being that captured the minds of people was Semiramis, the legendary queen of ancient Babylon, also known as the Mother Goddess. She was born of a union between Dagon and Atargatis. Israelites knew her as Ashtoreth. Starting from King Solomon, she led all the children of Israel away from one true God, Yahweh. She is a major hurdle to the advancement of God's kingdom on earth. However, the book of Revelations talks about her soon coming end. Then there was another waterborne being named Marduk, worshipped in Babylon. He was the official god of Babylon, even as late as 600 years before Christ. Marduk also had a son named Nebu, and he was very popular among the people of Babylon. If you take a closer look at the names of King Nebuchadnezzar and his father Nabopolassar, they both have Nebu in their names. By the way, Nebuchadnezzar was the king that took Israelites into captivity in the 6th century BC. So we talked briefly about Rahab, Oannes, Marduk, Nebu, Dagon, and Semiramis, all from the deep blue sea. God is already done with some of them, but there are others yet to be dealt with. Take a look at this passage on God's ultimate judgment upon them.
And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea.
This is when all these creatures are going to be wiped out forever. And finally, Saint John saw the new heaven and new earth in a vision. He records,
"And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea."
Did you see that? No more sea. I don't know what the world would be like without the sea, but again, God knows. That's all that matters. Thanks for watching.